go back to all the lies that were told, whether it was Russia, whether it was the laptop from hell that couldn't possibly have belonged to Hunter Biden. No. That's just Russian misinformation, disinformation being fed to you courtesy of Rudy Giuliani and all those MAGA people. Oh, except that the FBI actually was investigating that very laptop. I mean, come on. Right, so one thing after another. The Wuhan lab couldn't possibly have been working on gain-of-function research and had a mistake and created coronavirus. Nope. CIA still split on that one, despite every other three-letter agency coming out and admitting it. So it's just all these lies. And one of the worst lies of all, of course, was Joe Biden is phenomenal. He's at the top of his game. You had Morning Joe coming out and saying, this is the best Biden ever. And so Schumer was asked about this. Senator Schumer was asked on the NBC show, that's the one that's staying with Comcast. Remember, MSNBC is being spin off into Spinco because they don't want to be anywhere near these crazy people there on MSNBC with their crazy theories and conspiratorial ideas. Anyway, he goes on the NBC flagship political Sunday show and he lies to the woman's face, to the NBC show host's face. And she doesn't call him out on it, which is just typical but annoying. Watch. We almost had it. Here we go.
Obviously, there has been a lot of focus on President Biden's role in this. You were obviously in close contact with President Biden well before the public tuned into that debate that ultimately led to him stepping down. I want to play you a little bit of something you said last year. Take a look.
I talk to President Biden, regularly, sometimes several times in a week, or usually several times in a week. His mental acuity is great. It's fine. It's as good as it's been over the years. All this right-wing propaganda that his mental acuity has declined is wrong.
Leader Schumer, what do you say to Americans who feel as though you and other top Democrats misled them about President Biden's mental acuity?
No. Look, we didn't. And let's look at President Biden. He's had an amazing record. The legislation we passed, one of the most significant groups of legislation since Lyndon Johnson's Great Society, putting in 235 judges, a record, and he's a patriot. He's a great guy. And when he stepped down, he did it on his own because he thought it was better not only for the Democratic Party, for America. We should all salute him. We should all salute him.
You keep telling yourself that, Chucky, okay? You keep going with that because it may help you sleep better at night. But the rest of America knows better, and that's why the rest of America voted one Joe Biden. Well, they were going to vote Joe Biden, but effectively, by voting Kamala out, they're voting Joe Biden out. In other words, the Biden-Kamala, Obama team, Chuck Schumer team, Nancy Pelosi team, they are gone. They are done. And MAGA has come in with Donald Trump and a lot of successors that could take the spot 4 years from now. So you're looking at the beginning of something massive, something major. And this is what they were trying to prevent the whole time by trying to tell people, oh no, Joe Biden is fine. He's totally with it. Even though he wasn't. Even though I, like others right here on this show, told you he's clearly struggling. You have another correspondent, this MSNBC correspondent or host, or I don't know what she is. She's some commentator over there. She's clearly gunning for Joy Reid's job. Joy, I'd watch out. I know they're trying to slash your salary. You're getting paid $3 million too many. And this Simone Sanders is waiting in the wings. She's there, having watched the exchange with Schumer, where Schumer was played the clips of him effectively saying best Biden ever. That was Joe Scarborough's line. But effectively, this is, he was fantastic. He's so coherent. He's with it. That's all been proven to not be true. It's like the biggest scandal in modern history that people were trying to cover up how ailing he really was. But Chuck Schumer was doubling down on lies. And then this one, who's, like I said, Joy Reid, watch out, trying to angle for her job, is there agreeing with somehow this was the best Biden ever and didn't think that Chuck Schumer did enough to defend Biden against Kristen's questions. I mean, sorry guys, it's on tape. It's on tape. We know how much Biden was suffering.
Directly, there's obviously a lot of soul searching going on right now in the Democratic Party. What did you make of what we heard from Leader Schumer?
Well, I was very surprised that when you asked the question about mental acuity, he didn't more forcefully push back. The question on the table is the president all the way there? And the answer is unequivocally yes. Now, people can say that you feel as though President Biden might be a little too old to do the job, but he is doing the job, and his mental acuity is there. So I think that there's a conflation of two things here, is his mental capacity and serving another 4 years as old as he is. But those are two separate things in my opinion. And look, these people that have known Joe Biden their entire political lives, I know Joe Biden is like, can y'all just please defend me a little more?
Well, it's not worth defending him, though, because at every turn the last year and a half, he has taken the path of the most indulgent turn for himself rather than the good of the party by running again, by pardoning his son, and now, frankly, by some of these choices for a Medal of Freedom and going to Rome for one last trip. He's not exiting in a way that I think reflects well on his party, and Democrats are deeply, deeply unhappy about it, and they should be, frankly.
I would just say this one thing about the president.
It hurt Democrats in November to try to tell the American people something they could see with their own eyes wasn't true.
But it's not true that the president doesn't have the mental acuity.
Of course it is, Simone. American people saw that for themselves
in
the
debate.
debate.
What are you saying? He can at least put a sentence together. The president-elect is the one I am concerned about, yes, because I recently spoke to the president.
I'm sorry. They're living in some kind of delusional la-la land. And it's time everyone woke up, smelled the coffee, recognized what just went down. I mean, this was frankly, in my estimation, just despicable. That you couldn't question in any way, shape, or form the health of the president when it was very clear to everyone he was struggling.